You know, when I meet new people and they ask me what I do, I will generally tell them that I am an energy healer and a spiritual counselor, and if that person that I'm talking to, if I think that they're cool and that they can understand what I'm talking about, I will then add that in order to make money so that I can do those things, I am an online dominatrix. And what I come into contact with all the time is this misconception that the my customers, my clients, my submissives, that submissive males are obviously going to be like puny and weak and really like on the outside present as like pathetic doormat types of people. And that's really so far from the truth. In fact, submissive men tend to be a more intelligent. They require more stimulation, intellectual stimulation to be aroused. And they are oftentimes really just the strongest, most buff kind of guys that you could imagine. A lot of people with a military background, that really that submissive space, that place of service is so dear to their hearts and exactly what works for them. That is much more the type of person that I come in contact. Submissive males who want to serve me. And for example, I have one submissive. He is really been with me the longest. He is a strong man and he is intelligent and skilled in a highly skilled profession. And all he wants to do is to serve me. And it is the greatest honor for me. It really is. And when we first met, he was one of my very first callers on Night Flirt, which is the platform that I take calls from. And from the very beginning, he wanted to be devoted. When we were in our first conversation, when I was asking him what did he really truly desire, and when he said, I've always wanted a female-led relationship, I heard his voice catch. Like, it was such a deep need in his being that getting the words out was almost difficult. And it made an impression on me. What I realize now is that when he was offering like this complete devotion, that I was not prepared for that yet. I had not developed my role and responsibility enough to take on that level of devotion. You know, he would say that he wanted to make me his highest priority over all else in his world. And truly, to be a worthy dominant, that level of devotion, submission, to receive that, it really is a lot of responsibility. And so skeptical at first, but he kept showing up and he kept showing up. And we'd have fits and starts, right, as we got to know each other. But as he and I were building this connection and this bond, I was doing my own healing, my own inner work, and actually apprenticing under another dominant to really hone the craft. And we've really, over the last few years that we have been connecting, we have really grown and developed our dynamic. And it's a matter of I'm seeing him and I'm beginning to really, he has shown me that he is trustworthy, that I can trust what he is saying about is true, and that all of the compliments, all of the love that he shows me isn't just a night flirt fantasy, but this is something that is true and real for him. And in that, building that trust, it allowed me to open the door so that I could actually receive that level of devotion from him. After my own healing, my own spiritual development, and really the uncovering of my mission and purpose, I developed into the dominant, worthy of his devotion, of him making me his priority, right? Because as soon as I accept that he makes me his priority, then his world becomes my responsibility, right? So this connection has been developing over a number of years until we've been ready to really move this further, where he has taken the supporter role in my world. You know, he's taken over a couple of bills. He pays my electric and he pays my grocery bill, and along with some pampering and spoiling in there as well. But the practical things of life, he takes care of a chunk of that. And that contribution actually enables me to be able to be a greater contribution to my world and to those of you that I reach who benefit from the message and the way that I teach. Right? So this beautiful symbiotic relationship is growing and developing, and I'm really, really excited to see where it goes from here. But in all of that, his devotion is a sign of his incredible strength, his kindness, his showing up, his consistency, and his willingness and desire to align his entire life to making my world a better place, so that I have the energy, my cup is so full and overflowing that I can be generous with my time and with my energy, right? This is what happens when a worthy Domme and a strong submissive come together. It is symbiotic. It is generative. It creates more than the sum of the two parts. And for that, I am just so happy and grateful and proud to call Mike my best boy. All right, my darlings, that is my story for today. I hope it was a contribution to your world, and I will see you next time. Until then, mwah, bye now.